This is Scott. I'm in Palo Verde Canyon. I'm gonna read this very significant, not completely accurate memorial, which is very important. So there's a trigger warning with it. I'm gonna show you a beautiful Palo Duro Canyon is. Sorry, I'm stuffy today. All the trails are closed, but it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, trigger warning. I'm going to read this in 3, 2, 1. The Battle of Palo Duro Canyon, September 28th, 1874. One of the most significant battles of 1874-75 Indian campaign. You can look up Indian Wars. Columns of troops converging from 5 directions harassed Indians on the Panhandle Plains for over 6 months. The 4th Cavalry under Colonel Ronald S. Mackenzie, moving north from the Fort Concho, tracked a large band of Indians to their secret canyon camp. Moving silently at dawn down a perilous path on the south rim, the first troops reached the floor of the canyon before the aroused camp fled. Some of the warriors took positions up on the canyon walls from which they fired upon the troops, seeking to give their families time to escape. Realizing his tactile disadvantage, Mackenzie ordered the Indian camp and supplies burned and withdrew. This is where it gets really triggering. Taking along 1,400 captured horses, 1,000 of which he later destroyed. The cavalry suffered no casualties in the fight, and only 4 Indian dead were counted. Having lost half their horses as well as all their supplies and shelter, the Indians drifted back into the reservation at Fort Sill and Fort Reno. So there's some significance to this. And if you notice all the massacres, the Long Walk, the Trail of Tears, and many other nations had to go through this. It was always done during the winter campaign. They called them the winter campaigns. But here, and what they ended up doing, there's Sand Creek Massacre, there's Sand Creek Massacre in Colorado, Bear River Massacre in Washington, Idaho, Fort Sill. Almost anywhere there's a fort, there was probably a massacre. Almost, at least in the Southwest. The significance in this, what they have wrong, and what they left out was, this was a time of celebration when the cavalry came and slaughtered everybody. And here they say only 4 died, which, according to the there was a 150th anniversary where the Kiowa came from Oklahoma to celebrate here. There was more than that. And it wasn't just that, but there's also stories of the cavalry chasing the horses off the edges of cliffs. This also happened at the Battle of Black Kettle in Wichita State Park. I forget which something Wichita. Black Kettle. They slaughtered horses as well because they knew you take away the food, you take away their means of living, you're going to win, especially during the winter, because people didn't just gather fruit for the winter, they grabbed it for 7 years. So they're planting for 7 generations. And then we come along, our government slaughters and takes away means of eating and surviving for the future. So that forces people here, Kiowa for sure, Arapaho, Comanche, Lapon Apache for sure, and probably a few others I'll forget. I'm trying to remember the thing I went to a few months ago. And I'm going to Fort Sill and Fort Reno in, 1874. So I'm going to go up to the trading post to see if there's any other memorabilia for this. This is Scott, your nomadic canine life coach with effective dog behavior. And things like this matter now in today's political climate, and it also matters to our relationship with dogs. It matters our relationship to people. If we don't understand our cultural background, we don't understand the standard that was there, we're not going to help other people. Because what we have as a standard wasn't always the best for everybody else. So we got to really think about what we are doing with people and with dogs, and what our expectations of how people should be. Native Americans should have given up their land. Indigenous nations should, quote, should have given up everything. We didn't try to assimilate. We didn't ask questions. We just took. We made everybody else assimilate. Then that went into boarding schools, on the reservations, make them government dependent, taking away rights, taking away ceremonies, saying you can't do this, you can't celebrate. It's scary for us because we didn't ask to understand. We didn't try to understand. We just took away. And we're good at that. Our country's really good about taking away rights. Anyways, this is Scott's beautiful Palo Duro Canyon. And just a little side story. When I was at that celebration where they were showing, repeating the Kiowa came down and let the rest of us know the history. It was the 150th anniversary to the day of that battle. So I was here in September. They were still doing joy. They were still singing and doing ceremony. And it was just beautiful because you can hear them singing and you're just in the canyon with them. And that's what they wanted you to be, is be present with them. And it was beautiful. So when you're with your dogs, be present. When you're with your friends, be present. When you're with family, be present. It's hard, but it can be done. It always has been done. I'll show you some cacti real quick, because the desert, I love it. So we can still celebrate and still enjoy, while still recognizing, especially for, you know, us Americans, our colonists, colonizers, settlers, as we're out enjoying places like this, just know a lot of them were taken, and we do get to benefit from being here. Imagine what that's all good for. Anyways, I'm gonna go hang out with my dogs for a little bit. Have a great day.